You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Disastrous, MAGA CBS anchor under fire after mixing up Kanye West and Diddy on air, based on an article by Matthew Chapman. CBS didn't stumble into this, it was managed into it. The reported facts. CBS Evening News, relaunched with Tony Dokoupil in the anchor seat, is now piling up public embarrassments. The network aired an image of Kanye West instead of Sean Diddy Combs in a report about a possible Trump pardon. Staff say the newsroom is short-handed. The July 4 broadcast around Trump's Great American State Fair was thrown into chaos by storms. And top management still sent a congratulatory email afterward. Ratings have fallen under Bari Weiss's tenure. Power lives upstairs. The important fact is not that Dokoupil is facing controversies. It is that he is not the center of power. Bari Weiss, described in the source as a MAGA-approved CBS boss, is. Tom Sabrowski, the news division president, is. They set the incentives, staffing levels, and editorial culture. Dokoupil is the face absorbing the damage from decisions made above him. That is how institutional decline is usually laundered. Put a recognizable name on the broadcast, strip the operation of trust and capacity, then pretend the resulting failures are personality quirks. The network mistook branding for journalism. The Kanye West for Diddy error is not just a sloppy production miss. It is a symptom of a newsroom that has been cut loose from rigor and then asked to perform certainty on demand. The source says the mistake was quietly corrected for later broadcasts and digital platforms. That is classic media management logic. Fix the visible stain, leave the rot in place. The broader problem is obvious. If a newsroom cannot reliably identify the subject of a national story, the issue is not one anchor's reputation. It is a weakened institution trying to cosplay authority. Storms exposed the chain of command. The July 4 broadcast fiasco was even more revealing. More than 100 staffers were pulled into a live event tied to Trump's spectacle, only for thunderstorms and an evacuation order to blow up the plan. According to the report, Dokoupil and Turner waited nearly an hour for executives to tell them whether to return to the studio. That detail matters. When the weather changed, the hierarchy froze. The people with authority did not lead. They stalled. Staff reportedly called the result disastrous, and the irritation was sharpened when management responded with a congratulatory email. That is not a newsroom operating with discipline. It is a management culture rewarding appearances after the fact while ignoring the labor and confusion imposed on everyone else. The misdirection is the point. The press coverage around this keeps drifting toward personality drama, trust issues, staff crises, embarrassing on-air moments, Dokoupil's standing in the building. That framing is useful to management because it personalizes what is actually structural. The real story is corporate capture. CBS has placed a political operator at the top, aligned the brand around shallow performance, and then treated predictable failure as an unfortunate run of bad luck. That is not confusion. It is an institutional choice to prioritize ideological repositioning and executive signaling over newsroom competence. What this reveals. This is what happens when media institutions decide that legitimacy can be purchased through elite branding and MAGA-adjacent respectability instead of earned through reliable work. The result is a newsroom that looks serious, behaves defensively, and keeps producing avoidable humiliations. The larger pattern is bigger than CBS. Across American institutions, power is often handed to people who know how to placate owners, donors, or political forces, not to people who can defend the institution's actual purpose. The public then gets told the collapse is a matter of controversy, when it is really the consequence of leadership that confuses submission for strategy. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article, with the automated voice of Amy. Thanks for listening.